All right. We should be live. Okay. Nice. Don't see it yet. What? I was just trying to get the link. Oh. There we go. Also, we have another banger video on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
about 200K views.
Jeez, which one was that one? The Hollow Knight video?
Yeah, it was the merchant singing.
Oh yeah, dude, it's such a bop.
It's such a bop, dude.
All right, and I want to get my.
All right, I have tweeted us out.
All right, you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Sweet. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 278. My name is Harrison. I'm joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
You know, you kill that intro like 99% of the time, and then there's that creepy 1%.
Sometimes I just stumble over my words. I'm so excited to talk about Silksong.
So freaking excited, dude. We're finally here. It feels surreal. It feels surreal playing this game.
It does.
I feel like I'm, behind closed doors playing it, but everyone's playing it, so
yeah,
it's awesome. Well, we'll get into it, but
yeah, we'll get into it here in a moment. Yeah. But because there's probably some news that happened this week that we're probably just glancing over. But to be honest, I haven't really been paying much attention. I've just been playing Silksong and other stuff. So forgive us if there's. But I mean, there's nothing. Obviously, there's nothing major because I can't even think of anything. So, but what we're gonna do. Let's. You want to start with our predictions first for the Nintendo Direct, just in case it happens this week.
Yeah, let's do that,
and then we'll just end it on Silksong.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we dive into that, Nick, how was your week?
Week was great. I don't know if I've officially announced this on the podcast yet, but me and Alicia are expecting a baby this November, and we had our baby shower this weekend. Ton of fun. Great to see everyone. Great to have everyone there supporting us and giving us gifts and just being there, and it was really awesome.
Yeah,
we're excited. First kid.
Yep.
Very nervous, but it'll be fine.
It'll be all good.
Talking to you and Brendan at the baby shower was very reassuring.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what? You just take it day by day, and you can't think too far ahead.
Yeah,
you can't worry about what's gonna happen. The whatever the next phase is gonna be.
Yeah, because stuff is gonna happen. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, you're caring for a freshly molded baby.
Don't say that. Don't say it like that.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is very scary. Obviously, I mean, it's huge step, but it's still fun. Like it's fun changing the diapers. As you wouldn't think it's fun until you're actually doing. You're like, oh, this is cool. So, and then a lot of firsts, right? Like, first time going on a walk together, first time going out to eat with the baby, and whatever else, first time baths and stuff like that. So
yeah, a lot of like novelty to it, which is really exciting. I'm worried about my office because like it's kind of like a death trap. There's like just a bunch of shit everywhere.
See, and that's another thing is you don't really need to baby proof anything. It's really when they start to walk and crawl, which he's probably not going to do. You've got 6 months, 6, 7 months, 8 months,
right
to get all that stuff. Yeah. So,
but still, like it's kind of ruminating in the back of my mind.
And even like the rooms, like you probably want like the baby room to be ready to go, but like probably gonna sleep next to y'all in the bed, like not in the bed, but like in a crib. However you guys have that arranged, bassinet. So a lot of that stuff, like even if it's not 100% ready to go, day one, or it's okay to take your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is something you do need to think about, because like all of a sudden, like corners are like death traps.
Yeah. So. Why do we have so many sharp corners?
Yeah. What we live in this house all these years, and how have we not died?
Yeah, how are we alive?
So yeah, it's like in my basement we have like a pretty large fireplace, and like it's stone and it's relatively jagged. So I would say probably for like the first 5 years that Kellen was born, we had like this padding that went around, like Brittany made.
That Lego padding, right?
It's like a Lego padding that went around it, and I mean he never fell into it, but if he falls into it, or anybody falls into it, like it's gonna cut you up pretty bad.
Yeah.
So even like we have like a pole in our basement as well that we wrap padding around just in case, So you got to think about that stuff, but yeah. But again, that stuff you've got plenty of time to kind of get everything
right
baby proof for when they walk, because once they start walking, it's a whole nother story. Yeah, you got to worry about stairs, you got to worry about a lot of things. So
hey, at least we have a dog gate that we can repurpose as a baby gate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, good weekend.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was good. Yeah, just enjoyed the short week coming off the off Labor Day, so that's always good. And then just had a pretty easy weekend. I talk about football for a second. I did the trial for like the YouTube TV Sunday NFL ticket, and I'll tell you, watching like 4 games at once on the screen is kind of game changing. I will not be continuing the service because it's like $130 a month, which is absurd for just to watch football. Yeah, it's like almost 90 for YouTube TV,
and then the add-on for football.
I mean, I guess if you already don't pay for everything, like I guess maybe I don't know. At some point, like we're getting back to the roots of like why people hated cable in the first place, and they're paying so much.
It's more expensive now than it was before.
Absolutely.
To have access to everything.
Especially when everything costs at least $15-$20 a month, when it used to be $5-$6. Yeah. So you can kind of do like the a la carte kind of thing. But now it's like, especially watching football, like it is such a pain because they air it on like so many different networks. It's like, it's super, super annoying.
Does Red Zone not have everything?
So I think Red Zone, you can only watch it on your phone, I think, maybe. Yeah, it's real stupid.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, because I had Red Zone last year, and I'm pretty sure I could only watch it on my phone, which was, again, like absurd. Like, why is this a thing?
Because it was an app, right? Yeah. I guess you could stream it to your TV, but
it won't let you do it. You'd have to like go through like a third party route, and I'm just not doing all that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they make it like
nickel and diming you.
Yeah, what was this, Nintendo? Come on,
seriously, man. God.
So yeah, I did watch that, and that was awesome. But after I immediately went to and canceled like this morning, just like to go ahead and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
So I still have it for I think I still have the ticket for like another week or so.
Nice.
But yeah, I will not be renewing that. But let's dive over into the brief amount of news that we have. Last week, IO Interactive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They obviously they announced like their Hitman game, or not Hitman, James Bond game. So they had the 007 first look at the game. It seems promising. It doesn't look like it was running super, super well. I don't know how much of the showcase you watched.
Yeah, I watched pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah. Seemed
I mean,
pretty rough
gameplay
in
wise,
spots.
it looked fine. Like it looked like I've never played a Hitman, but it looks like how Hitman games look.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that you say that, I don't know if I've actually like finished a Hitman. I've played a little bit of um I can't whatever the new trilogy is. I played maybe one or two of those games, but kind of briefly. I think I did beat Hitman Absolution, and then I might have beaten Blood Money, but I can't remember if I did or not.
okay,
That's back on the 360 days.
gotcha. Yeah, man, I want to play the Hitman series, and it's on Switch too, so I could go play. I mean, I could play it on Xbox as well or
Yeah.
PlayStation, but I mean, this looks good. Like the music was great. Obviously, it's James Bond music, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just didn't look like it was running too great. But at the same time, I'm not really worried because it comes out in March of next year. They have almost 6 months to optimize, and hopefully
Yeah.
this wasn't just a vertical slice of the game. Hopefully this is representative of the full game, like the chapter or demo that we saw.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if the game is essentially done at this point, they have a lot of time to work on optimization. So
Very, very Uncharted 3 with the whole airplane scene, jumping
yeah,
out and like how absurd that is. But that's kind of like James Bond. I mean, James Bond's pretty absurd with its
like
action
that
sequences.
absurd though. Like that's like Mission Impossible stuff.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it's like Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious absurdness.
Fast and
Like,
Furious, yeah. And of course there are red barrels everywhere, which is just
yeah. I mean,
so funny.
that's kind of that's just in gaming in general, but also like that could be considered like a throwback because they did have a ton of those in like like GoldenEye and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
um,
I want one NPC to call it out. And be like, man, we're
maybe
stocking up it's stocking up a lot of barrels.
that would be like that would be like something that since it's a sneaky game, like if you were to come across like 3 or 4 groups and one guy was like, hey guys, maybe we shouldn't all stand by this barrel,
Maybe we
and then they
should move this.
disperse.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I mean, it sounds like there's like dynamic conversations. Like when
Yeah.
007 gets caught like sneaking into the building, he kind of, uh, on the fly says something to kind of get
Yeah.
away with it a little bit.
Yeah, it looks really promising. I
Yeah.
liked what I saw. I liked
Yeah.
how you can kind of. I mean, it's very very similar, obviously, to the Hitman kind of sandbox levels that they
Mhm.
do, where you can kind of interact with everything and change the gameplay
Right.
and how you kill a target and stuff like that. So, looks very very promising. Again, it did run looked like it ran sub 30 at points, which is not always a make or break, but in this day and age, I think more and more people are aligning on the side of okay, we this stuff just needs to be 60, and we're going to be 6 years in, 5 years plus into the PS5 Xbox generation, so we kind of expect that stuff. But I'm
Mhm.
sure they'll get it optimized, hopefully, and it'll be a good game. I mean, Hitman 1, 2, and 3, World Assassination is now what it is. The trilogy, like those games are beloved, so I mean, I don't see them having any problem getting
Yeah.
it ready to go.
Again, I'm not worried about it. It just didn't have the best showing, but it was also a 30-minute seamless
Yeah,
demo at
right,
the same
right.
time, which is impressive in its own right.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that February and March are going to be a pretty packed months
Mhm.
for gaming. We obviously know about Resident Evil coming out in February, Hitman's in March. Everybody's they want to get out there first before GTA is in May, because
Yeah.
you're unless you're like an indie title, like I don't expect any sort of major open world RPGs, anything to even be within a month or two
No.
of May. It's like you get it out in March, have nothing until maybe July, August if you have like a big
Yeah.
AAA sandbox game. Like, just get out
I
of
would
the
just
way.
wait
Don't even risk it.
I'd wait until September, to be honest. Just give them the whole summer.
Yeah, exactly. Because this game's, I mean, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, if it doesn't get delayed, it could. I mean, it could very well get delayed until
it could absolutely get delayed. Which I think the publishers that absolutely hate everybody else like, God, really?
Yeah,
but
honestly, it would be worse if it got delayed until fall for other developers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like that's prime time for releasing games. Like we're kind of in that point right now. Imagine GTA 6 releasing right now, and there are all these other games like Chronos and Silksong and Outlaws, Borderlands 4. Like, yeah,
could be bad.
Could be bad. So hopefully they stick to that date, because obviously everyone is steering clear of May, April, June, July.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be next year is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Which I feel like every year now is like there. I mean, has there really been like a down year? Like 2020, maybe
2020 wasn't great.
We had Assassin's Creed, we had The Last of Us Part 2, and some other stuff. But
Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
I mean, I can't vouch for that game, but
I need to play it before. I'm not going to. Never mind.
I don't even know if I'm going to play Ghost of Yotei at this point. Like,
yeah,
it comes out in October.
I need something on my PlayStation. I haven't booted it up in quite a while.
It would be a great game for the Portal.
Yeah,
because open world, just kind of screw around, do what you want. But at the same time, I can't stop playing my Switch too.
It's pretty much dominated right now, and I'm glad, because we were kind of worried. I was like, hey, there's not a lot of stuff coming out, but like I want to play Chronos, I want to play Outlaws on the Switch too, because it's a really good version. So I want to play that,
and just got an update too.
Just got an update. So yeah, Ubisoft is doing some good things with the Switch too. So
yeah, I mean, I'll admit July for the Switch 2 was pretty slow, with the exception of Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like the first, really all of August was relatively slow as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't until September that we, got this big batch of games again.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it.
It's a good time.
Good time.
And then we'll so at this point, like I feel like a Switch 2 or the Nintendo Direct is going to happen this week. I mean, everybody's kind of corroborated everything, and everyone's like, "Yep, it's going to happen." So whether it's going to be on Thursday, which is 9/11, or if it's going to be on a Friday, or are we getting a Mario Direct separate from the general Direct? Is that happening? I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to have two separate ones, or they're going to like throw in like a Mario Celebration like in the middle of the Direct. I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty meaty Direct, 50 minutes, pretty meaty.
Baby.
So yeah, I don't know if they're going to split it up, but we're getting something. And as much as I want to hear something about the 40th, if we don't get the 40th this week, and that comes, but the 40th is also Saturday. So it's like, it feels like it should happen
be late
this week.
To the party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we also like, let's say we didn't get anything 40th, I would rather just have a general, because we need dates. We need to get excited for stuff that has been announced.
Yeah.
I mean, we're, nearly halfway through September, so gotta get some information. But Nick, I want to throw it to you. What are some predictions that you think is going to happen at this thing?
I mean, things I think I know are going to happen. Final Fantasy VII, Elden Ring are both getting release dates. I think an easy layup is Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Either getting a release date or getting another Direct, and that being dated for sometime in either late September or early October.
Do you think Prime 4 needs another Direct? I mean, I never had one, but I mean,
I think it'll get one. I don't know if it needs one, because it's like, it feels like the trends with these big Switch 2 releases is that, they get the announcement and then they get the Direct, like Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'd imagine Prime 4 would either get a lengthy trailer or just a dedicated direct. But at the same time, like, what else are they going to show that is going to sell people on the game more than they've already been sold?
Yeah, unless they show off something like completely unexpected, like multiplayer or something like that. Like that would be pretty huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do multiplayer with this game. It doesn't seem like likely, but I
I
mean
don't think they
that could
will.
be really cool, like a first person multiplayer game, like on the Switch 2 with the mouse controls. Like that
Just like
could
an old
be
school, like 360 era
like arena
multiplayer mode.
shooter. Like could be
Yeah.
super fun. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, I feel like they would have already shown that off, that especially at the latest events that they've had. So probably
Yeah.
not likely. But yeah, I mean, I could see a direct, but again, like you said, like do we need one?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I say that, but at the same time, I would love to see more of, further into the
Do you
game.
think they would show off, like to give it like a little clip of Metroid Prime 4, give us a release date, and then say, hey, tune in next week or 2 weeks from now for like a direct for specifically for that game? Do you think that
Yeah.
could be a possibility?
Yeah. I think they would announce a release date at this direct and then announce a direct that's a bit further out.
Okay.
But I think a release date needs to happen
Yes, really, yeah,
at this point.
regardless of like direct. Like again, I don't think you and I personally need a direct to know that we want this game. But yes, if they don't have a release date when this game is next shown, it's delayed in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be. I mean, we're in September. Like, come on.
At this point, I'm kind of worried about it. I mean, I shouldn't be worried and I shouldn't care that much, but like we're almost at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're almost in Q4 territory. Arceus has a date. Even Kirby Air Riders has a date, November 20th. Like, where is
Wait,
Prime 4? Like, they've shown it a couple of times this year. They showed it
it
off
looks. I
last
mean, it
year.
looks great. Like it looks like it's ready to. I mean, obviously we don't know the behind the scenes kind of thing, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe Nintendo's having a little bit of trouble with like the Switch 2 games right now and trying to get them ready to go. I don't know. I feel like something. I think we talked about it before, but something feels a little bit off with them. Normally, they're like we kind of know generally when stuff is coming out, and we're just not getting that same
Same cadence
the same
and
cadence that what we're
transparency.
used to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that
Hopefully it doesn't continue.
there was that report last week. I can't remember the source. I apologize, but they were talking about the Switch 2's release date. It was originally supposed to be earlier in the year, and Nintendo developers asked Nintendo to push out the release because they still needed to work on the games that they were going to launch.
See,
that were in the launch window.
That makes sense of what I just said. I think that
that corroborates that.
Falls in line with that. Something feels a little off. I don't know. It's crazy to think that like last year, it was all potentially going to be announced like in March of last year, and like that would have been. I feel like that would have been a disaster if it would have came out last year and we'd had to wait. I mean, what would they have launched with?
Probably still Mario Kart World, but it would have been.
It would have been so
even
dry.
less baked than.
I don't know if it could be any less baked, but
Have you played World since? Have you played it outside of the month of June?
No, I have not.
Okay, I have not either.
Yeah, I knew I probably would. Like once I got my hands on it and was like, yeah, this open world, if you want to call it that, is very very lackluster. And as fun as knockout mode is, I'm just not the type of person that's going to play the same mode over and over and over again.
You're not a grinder.
Yeah, and there's nothing to grind. Like, I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing to unlock. I feel like they need to like do an overhaul of the game and like just have some sort of like.
Even just have like like an alphabetical ranking system, like A to D.
Yeah, like even the way that you unlock costumes in that game is not very fun. Like you're just traveling around like picking up.
Yeah, it's so random.
And it's random, and not all the characters have multiple costumes or even two, so it's weird. I still feel like they should have did some sort of DK DLC to promote the game. I just feel like I don't know. I would have treated World as like, not as far as like a Fortnite goes, but like use that's
Similar,
why developers and companies use Fortnite as a way to market their stuff. You have a new, I don't know, you have a new anime coming out. Boom, bunch of cool anime skins
new
or
season, new movie.
yeah, new season, new movie. I mean, Marvel, so much Marvel stuff in there. Batman, DC, yeah, so much. Just
I think we'll get Donkey Kong DLC in this next direct, but like it's kind of too late, right? Like, why didn't they announce it?
DLC for Mario Kart World.
Yeah, for Mario Kart World, like new outfits for Paulina and DK.
Yeah, I would say too little, too late. In my opinion, for that. I mean, it'd be cool if it came. I wouldn't complain about content, but yeah, just feel like it would.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange if they're going to do that, but
yeah. Well, back to predictions. Harrison, I'm going to throw it to you. Do you have any either third party or first party predictions for this rumored Nintendo Direct?
I would say speaking of DK, I think we're going to get something for DK. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get a whole nother like layer or sub layer of something, but I think we're going to get some sort of new content in that game. I got a feeling.
Do you think it'll be akin to like that Luigi mode in Mario Odyssey where you have to find Luigi or whatever it is?
Yeah, and I didn't really care for that mode. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be something that's similar to that, where it's just kind of like light content. I hope it's something a little bit more than that, but I feel like they're gonna do some sort of update to the game where they add something, whether that's again like major DLC or something light. But I think they're gonna update it in some way.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like we're most likely to see that Mario Kart World crossover. It's just horrendous that
would be cool.
DK only has 2 outfits.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you think we get a date for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment?
I do think we get a date, and I think it's going to come out in January. I think they're going to push it to January.
I think so. You don't think this can potentially be a December game?
So, do they have anything announced for December yet?
No. They have Pokemon Arceus in October, Kirby Air Riders in November. I'm assuming.
I mean, I would say yes, but I feel like Metroid might be December.
I think it'll be early November, late October.
That's a month away.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you don't need like a long marketing run for that game.
Like they're doing like physical retail for this game, so they have to prepare for it in some sense.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like if they're definitely doing physical. Yeah, not having a date for Metroid, that's what's kind of screwing up my thoughts for Hyrule, because I mean, that game's going to be a pretty big seller. It's not going to sell anything crazy, but it's going to be a pretty. I mean, it's
like a multi-million seller.
Yeah. It's a canon Zelda game, so I think people are going to kind of eat that up. So,
yeah,
my prediction is Metroid Prime's coming in like early December, and then Hyrule's going to be January.
God, they're putting that thing out to die if they're doing early December, which means
either that early December or maybe when does Kirby come out?
November 20th.
Okay,
so that's a pretty big gap between Arceus.
That's the week of Thanksgiving. Yeah, maybe they could sneak it in like the first week of November.
I think they will.
I hope so. Like
is this game gonna suck? Like I'm slightly worried.
I don't think it's gonna suck. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just remember seeing the direct before the Switch 2 direct, and they showed off Metroid Prime 4 for a couple of minutes, and it
didn't look great.
It didn't look great.
That was on the Switch. That was on the Switch, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't the Switch that made it look not great. It was the narrator and it was the gameplay. Kind of looked like very slow, and like I don't know why they chose to show it off in the way that they did, but they were like It's like, oh, you can use psychic abilities to open doors. Like, man, that's crazy.
And it's like, but and I think most people are like, well, that's stupid. Like, I'd rather just shoot it and run and go through instead of having to pause and
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a great showing.
I'm sure it'll be great, but
Yeah.
part of me is worried that they're not super confident in Prime 4.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's I can't. I would never have guessed we'd be in September and not have
And it's
a
just
release date.
and it's weird that like I
You
feel like
don't need to save
Nintendo.
it for a direct. You could just announce it on the Nintendo app, the Nintendo Today app.
Yeah.
So
And I feel like Nintendo is gatekeeping third parties from announcing release dates as well. Like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, that's coming in 2025. Elden Ring, 2025.
It's like, man, like where are
Dude,
these
just
games
let
at?
it let them announce it on their own time. Like don't make them wait for a direct that's happening at the end of Q3.
Yeah, I think that's what they want to do. They want to control, and that's also they are so controlling with the Switch for whatever reason. I mean, the thing leaked. We knew everything. We know literally everything about the Switch 2 before it got announced officially.
And it was the most lukewarm reveal of all time because we already
Yeah.
knew the specs. We've already
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it was still exciting to
Yeah.
finally actually see it, but yeah. And that's part of me was like, that's why I hate leaks and shit like this, because it literally ruins everything. It's like the other day on Twitter, I think it was Switch Force again talking about like, oh, there's games with 7 in the top 3 set. I was like, dude, I don't mind like knowing when a direct's coming. Like that's whatever, but don't ruin the shit that's in the direct, please. Like I want to be, I love, like I grew up watching the E3 press conferences and then stuff. I don't remember stuff leaking like as crazy. I mean, granted, it's
we were less online, and there was less online.
Yeah, back then. But that's what we grew up watching and being genuinely excited for stuff that we didn't see coming and stuff that looked really, really cool. And now it's just like everything gets ruined. Like sometimes even like the day of, like hours before it happens, it's like it's annoying. It's really annoying.
And then everyone speculates, oh, what could those 7 games be? Could it be? I mean, obviously one of them is
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7. Could
Resident
it be
Evil 7 is going to be like a native, which would be cool, but again, it would be kind of ruined if it does get announced.
Yeah,
which, I'm not.
That's not one that would like.
Yeah,
that's not a banger title that would.
And it's ruin an older title now at this point, so it's it's
pretty old. Very pre-Switch 1.
Yeah,
it's pretty freaking old. So like, of course it should run on the Switch 2. So this shouldn't be a surprise at all. Village should also be ported over. Like that should run on the Switch 1. That like our Switch 2. That's not, like a super graphically demanding game.
Mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get a look at the next Zelda. I don't think they're gonna do that route of announcing games super early anymore like they did. I mean, they kind of got burned with Metroid Prime, and that game's still not out yet.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Tears of the Kingdom, when we got that early look in 2019, and it was a while before that game came out. Of course, definitely worth it, but still, I think they kind of learned their lesson on that. So hopefully they don't do stuff like that. And Zelda's 40th is next year as well. So like, I don't know if we're going to get much Zelda here outside of maybe some Hyrule stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I think they'll save that for next year. Or they announce the Ocarina of Time remake here and say, hey, this is coming next year in lieu of, for the 40th anniversary. This is part of our celebration. More to come later on. I doubt it, but my inner Zelda lover, you're always thinking about that in the back of your head, back of your mind.
I mean, I think at this direct we'll get that. We'll get the Mario announcements more so than the Zelda announcements.
Yeah,
for Mario's 40th. But I mean, maybe next year, maybe next February, in the next direct, we'll get a tease of the next Zelda or that Ocarina of Time remake. Which does that exist? Who knows? Maybe Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD will come to the Switch 2.
Yeah,
we'll see. But I think it's more likely that we get like 10 or 15 minutes dedicated to Mario. We get a new trailer for the Super Mario Bros. 2 movie.
Oh yeah.
We get some like theme park updates or some other random updates about Mario, and then get. I don't think it'll be anything crazy. Maybe Galaxy 2, maybe some sort of. Maybe they bring back the All Stars collection.
We're bringing it back from the Nintendo Vault.
What the hell, like Mario?
Switch 2 edition. It costs $80.
Yeah, you can't upgrade. You have to buy it again.
Ugh.
Or they bring back like Mario 40 instead of Mario 35.
That'd be cool. Something like that.
Yeah,
that could be neat. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, we just need release dates, and that's really what I kind of want out of this direct. Just see when stuff's coming out. As much as I look forward to stuff on the horizon, and they will announce stuff that's not going to be coming out this year. I would assume they usually do in September for like early 2026. But it's hard to look forward to stuff when we're so much stuff is up in the air right now.
Yeah, it's less being excited about this direct and more wanting assurance for games that have already been announced, and that's like opposite of what we normally want, because
it's like Xbox, right? For like so long, like they would always announce new games and they would look promising, and then we would just never get them, and we were like, okay, where's the update on State of Decay 3? And they're at the same time they're announcing other new stuff. I'm like, well, that game looks cool. Like, where's that game at? So
it's endless cycle. And like, I feel like with Nintendo, typically by the September Direct, I mean, always by the September Direct, we have the slate for 2025. We know it's coming, and then it's exciting because we're looking forward to what's next, what's beyond 2025. Whereas now it's like, God damn, like
we don't know what we're getting this year.
It's like, make it official. Come on, like stop beating around the bush, and put a date on Prime 4 and Age of Imprisonment. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to kick off the direct with Prime 4 release date, Hyrule release date, and then they can start announcing some other stuff that's coming.
Then they can announce all their farming simulators and 20 minutes of mediocre stuff followed by 2 announcements and 1 disappointment at the end. And that'd be great.
I have a feeling that Animal Crossing is going to be announced here, and it's going to come out. I don't know, maybe like April, like maybe around the same time it got released last time. March, April timeframe. I mean, it's Nintendo. I would hope that they would, and obviously Animal Crossing and GTA 6 is a completely different, crowd. But you still got to be smart and still not release something in during that month,
right?
Or near GTA 6. But yeah, I feel like Animal Crossing, because I mean Smash Brothers, that's not ready yet. I mean, I could see that maybe coming out 2027 potentially. Maybe late 2026, depending on how much work Sakurai's put into that. Who knows? But I'm just thinking about all their different IP. I mean, we just got DK, right? Metro Prime 4. We're looking forward to. I mean, maybe Mario, maybe a new 3D Mario.
Yeah, I think a 3D Mario next year. I think that and Animal Crossing, and then maybe a Monolith Soft game.
Yeah. Oh, so that could also close it too. A Monolith Soft. Like if it looks like if they've got like a really good trailer cooked up, like something that's awesome. Yeah, that could close it too.
Yeah. But I have a feeling Animal Crossing will close it, even though like Tamagotchi Life is coming out next year. And like that's kind of an overlap in their demographic, but I mean Animal Crossing is the obvious winner in terms of popularity. So like I don't think if they come out at different times, I don't think there would be too much of a cannibalization.
Does Tamagotchi Life, does that come out in January?
It doesn't have a date, just 2026.
Okay.
Same for Rhythm Heaven. That one is just 2026, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we don't have any like dated games for next year.
Yeah, pretty much anything. Yeah, Kirby is like the latest we know about.
Yeah.
In terms of dates. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other predictions? I mean, again, it's just so. I feel like anything could be here, but also we just need some release dates.
I think we'll get a Hades 2 1.0 release date. I don't think it'll shadow drop this Thursday or Friday. But that it'll probably come out like in October.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't expect, with just the reporting on Nintendo not allowing a lot of third parties to have access to the dev kits. I don't, I know the Expedition 33 team talked about it and they would like to bring it over. That's probably not coming this year. That might come next year at some point.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect that. Metaphor is kind of the same way. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Atlas may, as I said, they probably have dev kits. Atlas does, so maybe that could show up here, which would be really cool. I know you and I want that to be on the Switch too,
because they're releasing Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah,
so they definitely have dev kits.
Okay, yeah. So I could definitely see that coming out. I don't know if that will come out this year, but it may get announced at least. Big third party, I'm going to say though, is I think we get the Halo Master Chief Collection finally announced for the Switch 2 and PS5.
You think that would get announced at a Nintendo Direct?
I think so. I think that would be pretty huge.
I guess it wouldn't be announced at an Xbox event because it's already out on their on that platform.
Yeah,
that could be awesome.
Yeah, I think that has a possibility. And then next year, they'll announce the Combat Evolved, Xbox loves remastering their remasters right now, so we're gonna get that. But hopefully more work goes into, not that the Reloaded one is anywhere bad or anything like that, but hopefully more work goes into the Combat Evolved remake, assuming we're getting that. So they'll announce that next year, and they'll probably do Switch 2, PS5 look, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think a Master Chief Collection, because it's already out on Xbox, I think could be a good announcement for Switch 2.
That'd be a day one.
Have those mouse controls in there too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Motion controls, mouse controls.
Yep, that'd be awesome,
dude.
A legendary franchise comes to the Switch 2. Boom.
Dang.
Halo.
I mean that and bringing Gears, I think, is a
Gears. I could also see. Yeah. Coming. So could be awesome.
Yeah, could be good.
Any other predictions? Anything third party?
Third party. Not really. I just have a feeling that a lot of developers don't have dev kits yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see some games trickling in, but we won't have that big cadence of that quick cadence of games until next year or 2027.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Resident Evil games on there.
Yeah, get those on there.
I would love to see Resident Evil 4 remake specifically. That would be awesome in handheld. Let's see, anything else Silent Hill 2 would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Stellar Blade, Lies of P, anything from FromSoft. Maybe we see another look at Duskwoods.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I kind of forgot about that one, but
yeah,
maybe we see an updated look at that one.
I would love to see. Yeah, I might pick up Lies of P if it got announced for the Switch too, the complete edition or something like that. That could be cool.
Need to play that DLC. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I do too. All right, well let's dive over into what we've been playing. We kind of flip flopped it this week. But Nick, before we dive into Silksong and talk about that, you played some Chronos on the Switch too. How is that?
Yeah, so I've played probably less than an hour. I've only encountered a handful of enemies, and sadly the entire time I was playing, I was like, man, kind of want to boot up Silksong right now and play that. But I kind of forced myself to play it just a little bit to see what it was like. It's really good. It's kind of your classic Dead Space, your classic Silent Hill, Resident Evil, whatever.
Did you play it handheld? Docked?
Handheld okay. With motion controls. Honestly, it felt great. I didn't really notice the 30 frames per second versus the 60. This on Switch 2, it runs at 30 frames per second.
Yeah,
it didn't really feel like it was that framey, or that didn't feel like it was performing poorly. But yeah, pretty creepy so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, yes, you can definitely tell a difference between 30 and 60. I don't know that I really mind or care if like, an indoor, third person corridor shooter is 30. Like you're really not gonna, it's only really like in the like open world games for third person that you could really feel
You
that
can really
difference.
tell.
So yeah, and it's like I don't know. I don't know if people are just trolling, they're grifting online, but it's like, dude, this is the Switch 2 is a hybrid system. Like, what do you
What do you
expect?
want?
Like, what do you? Yes, Chronos, Final Fantasy 7, Elden Ring. Obviously, yes, they're gonna run way better on a traditional, Xbox, PlayStation. Yes, they're gonna run better. But guess what? You can't do with those portability,
Can't play them
right?
while you're taking shit.
The what's it? The Steam Deck, like that isn't perfect either. It's definitely games don't run at 60 all the time on that thing.
No.
And it's $450, right? Like compared to what the Xbox ROG Ally is going to be like 800, $900. The PlayStation
At
6,
least.
that's rumored to have a handheld version of that. That's very similar to the Switch. Like that's gonna
That'll
be
be
$1,000.
yeah,
Like
800 to 1,000.
yeah, like I am. I just don't know. I mean, it's got to be trolling because you just can't be that dumb to expect like your Switch 2 to run on par with a PlayStation 5 at this point. Like you're just I don't know, you're just out of touch with reality.
Yeah, that's crazy expectations
Yeah,
for
it's just you.
a portable.
That's where you vote with your wallet and say, okay, do I want to sacrifice a little bit of graphical fidelity and some frame rate to be able to play portable? And as long as it if it's plays in like the teens, okay, yeah, that may be a problem. But if it's a pretty solid 30, like for God's sake, like Cyberpunk runs exceptionally well in the Switch 2, handheld and in dock. Like
Yeah.
I've never had not one thought where I've been playing that game. I'm like, ugh, I'd rather be playing on Xbox. No. And I booted up the Xbox version, pulled in my cloud save and was kind of running around. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
this feels better. I mean, it's running smoother, but who cares, right? Like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I feel like the compromises are worth it
Yeah.
with the Switch 2 when you get to play in handheld. And, it's different when you're playing on TV, I guess. Like, you could be playing your Xbox on TV and playing
And I
the
played a
same game
lot of
at a
my
higher
Switch
frame
2
rate.
on TV. Like I played a lot
Yeah.
of Cyberpunk on the TV and a lot of Silksong right now on the TV.
Yeah. I mean, Silksong runs phenomenally.
Yeah, it runs
120
good. It runs
frames. Like,
great.
it's great.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, just being able to have that versatility and just being able to do whatever I want with the Switch 2 and play it however I want to play it. Like that.
Yeah.
That factors in as well with it being worth sacrificing some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess some people it's not worth it, and that's okay too. Just don't go online and cry about it and be like, oh, the Star Wars Outlaw is trash, and
It's actually a pretty good port.
yeah, pretty good port, and Elden Ring, like you're the Elden Ring video, like you're looking at a video through someone's phone or camera or something like that on that's in handheld mode. Like
Chances are it'll be fine
it's gonna
when
look
it comes out.
bad that way, but yeah, when it's fine. Like, do I expect it to run at 60? No, but I mean, it's Elden Ring portable. Like that's awesome.
It's awesome. Like Bloodborne ran at 30. Like obviously we wanted to run at 60, but
yeah,
we played that game 30 frames per second.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody batted an eye then.
Yeah, no one cared until 5 years later when they're wanting to play it again. So
yeah.
Anyways, Chronos is great so far. I'm very early, but I've already died. It's pretty difficult. Like you have to really manage your bullets and your inventory, and you can't miss shots. Like that's kind of what I've learned so far.
Okay.
So it's like it feels like a pretty brutal survival horror, more so than like Silent Hill 2 or Resident Evil 4. Like it seems like the resources are pretty scarce.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, it's cool.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very excited. I'm glad it it seems like it's running pretty well.
Yeah.
On the Switch 2. All right, let's dive over to Silksong. Nick, one of our most hyped games of this year for sure. We were very looking forward to this game. 10 a.m. rolled around on Thursday, and I've never been happy for a storefront to crash. Because I want this game to do well, and
Yeah.
we obviously like Team Cherry and what they did with original Hollow Knight. Didn't have to wait too long, maybe 15 minutes of spamming the refresh button. I was
Yeah, it
in.
wasn't too long.
Yeah, we were in. But that was fun to see, and everybody on Twitter and stuff like that. Just part of that zeitgeist moment of, it's like, oh, it's crap. But anyways, you are way deeper than I am in this game.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, let's talk about it. What are your impressions of how it compares to the original Hollow Knight and all that good stuff?
I'm in love with it. I think I'm like 20 hours in.
Jeez.
It's not spoilers that there are acts to this game. Like when you first boot up Silksong, it shows Act 1. I'm pretty deep into Act 2 at this point. I've unlocked a ton of areas, ton of upgrades. This game is amazing. Like this is doing everything that I want a Metroidvania to do. I have a couple of complaints that we can talk about, but overall, this game is phenomenal. It's living up to the expectations. So far, I think it's better than Hollow Knight. I think the areas are a lot more memorable. The combat is better. I think once you have like the full slate of combat abilities for Hornet, it's a lot better than the combat abilities in Hollow Knight. And I also think the bosses are a lot better in this game. Like they telegraph their attacks in a way that is very digestible. And if you fail or if you die, it's like 99% your fault because you got too greedy, tried to get that second hit in, and you got punished for it. Yeah. And like that's what I've been learning throughout these 20 hours.
I will say I love the game. I will say going from Shinobi to this game was definitely a whole nother experience because I was talking about with Shinobi, there's no like hit detection on enemies when you run into them. This game, absolutely there is.
Yes.
And so that was a little bit, I had to get used to that because I haven't played Hollow Knight 1 in a couple of years. So I definitely had to get used to that mentality. Again, I don't think it would have been that big of an issue if I didn't just come off of Shinobi. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the combat. I will say once I got the is it the runes? Or no, once I got the
the crest?
Once I got the crest where essentially kind of makes you play as like the original Hollow Knight.
Oh, the Reaper crest.
I think I liked the combat a little bit more with that because I guess that was just more of what I knew versus like kind of the diagonal attack with the needle.
That's what I've been using, the Reaper crest.
Yeah. So that once I found that, and I was liking the combat, but it really once you get kind of like the game is not super punishing up until like I would say like the Greymore area, and beyond is where kind of the game starts to pick up a little bit as far as difficulty. Now I definitely died a few times on the worm creatures that the creatures use to navigate throughout the world. I died on that a few times, but again that was just kind of learning the attacks patterns because that's really what this game is, like very 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 Souls like. You got to just remember,
gotta learn the patterns.
You got to learn the patterns and kind of go off of that. But so yeah, the combat really started to click for me once I got that crest, and that's what's also kind of interesting about this game is I expected the charm system to be here. Where each individual charm kind of takes up 2 or 3 slots, or maybe this one's 4. That's not here. It's like the new crest system, and then I think there's 4 parts in the crest that you can put in certain runes or whatever they're called.
I think there's 6.
6, okay.
Yeah, because 2 of each color. I think some of the crests have different a different number of each color.
Yeah,
that you can slot in, but yeah, about 6.
Yeah,
in total.
I will say my gripe with the enemies so far is there are and maybe this was the way with the original. There are so many flying enemies in this game. It is, and I
especially Greymore.
Yeah, Gray. Like I was getting to the point in Gray Moore, I was getting a little bit frustrated with the game, because there's a moment where you finally get up there. If you go right, and this is really where they started introducing like arenas as well. So
Like
if you go the combat arenas, if you go right, you fall into this area, and then you go to this arena, and if you die, you can't get out of it. So you can't get back out of that arena unless you, I guess I'm not really sure how. So I would die and then lose my my beads, and then I would go collect them, and then I tried to get out of there and I couldn't. So
Oh yeah, if you're going back to collect your beads,
yeah,
you're gonna get locked in.
yeah. Well, no, I was able to, well, yeah, because you fall into that pit, and then you can't get out of that pit until you beat that arena.
Yeah.
So I still haven't done that arena yet. I got a little bit frustrated, and I was like, all right, let me just go left. And then I ended up fighting the I can't remember. It was a really fun boss fight. The like the flying beetle or whatever that throws like the spinning blades at you.
The moon. Oh God, what's his name? I'm trying to find him right now.
Yeah, that was a super fun boss fight. And then I recently did the should have written the name down, but the one where it throws like the pillar of like the spikes at you, and then she creates like the 2 flying bugs that come after you.
The pillar and the 2 flying bugs.
Yeah. Like she goes off screen and she like comes down. She'll do like a swipe to the right, a swipe to the left, a swipe to the right, and then she'll throw down like the barbed spikes at you, and you have to like hit them. Otherwise, you'll get trapped in there, and then you have. I'm trying to think of the name of it. But yeah,
trying to find it. I have my list of
that one felt a little bit more bullshitty because of the flying enemies that it would spawn. Like
it wasn't the beast fly, was it?
No, I haven't gotten to that boss fight yet.
Okay.
That one felt a little bit more shitty just because I don't know. Anytime like boss fights spawn other enemies is super annoying.
Yeah.
And that particular boss fight, I felt like went on a little bit too long, like longer than it should have. But I don't know. It's a challenging game for sure.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what that boss fight is. It's a hard game. Like it's pretty unforgiving. Like not only with a handful of the bosses, but with the run-ups to the bosses and just the general mob enemies themselves. Like they do a lot of damage. Like they do like two like what I'm just gonna say 2 damage, which is a lot different from the original Hollow Knight. And like I think it's forgiven because Hornet has a much broader moveset than the original Hollow Knight character. What is the original Hollow Knight's character name?
I don't know. Hollow Knight.
No, it's not Hollow Knight.
No.
Whatever. We both played it. Doesn't matter. Better moveset than that character. So like it makes sense in that regard, but at the same time, like damn, like I fell into some spikes and I lose 2 health, or I fell into fire and I lose 2 health. Like that's kind of brutal when you start out and you have 6
And Hollow Knight, did you
health or 5 health?
Did it take off like chunks of like your health?
I think I think it took off 1 at a time.
Just 1, okay.
Yeah,
but you also feel like every enemy I come across is like usually 2, especially boss fights are definitely 2.
But in Hollow Knight, you healed 1 at a time, whereas in this game you heal 3.
Yeah.
So like it balances itself out, but like
it does. And like I said, like the difficulty for me didn't really spike until Gray Moore, and I felt like Gray Moore 2 is where they start to get super stingy with enemies that drop beads. So I was not having anything to upgrade anything, and I was just like, man, I'm kind of getting to that point in a lot of Dark Souls games and games kind of like of this difficulty where I'm like, all right, what there's something I'm missing, there's something I'm not doing correctly. Maybe it truly is I just need to upgrade my stuff. But that's just kind of par for the course with some of these games like this. It's kind of gotta beat that one boss, and then it kind of opens stuff a lot for you. So I think that's what that case was. And once I beat that boss of that area, it definitely opened up a little bit more. But
So have you made it to the next area after Greymore?
I got through Brilliant. What is it called? Bellheart, and I think I'm currently in Shellwood. I'm looking at my map right now.
Okay.
But I'm still pretty early in Shellwood. But
okay.
So yeah, really liking it. I think the same gripes I have with this game are the same ones I had from the original Hollow Knight. I just wish you could fast travel between every save point. I don't love the fact that, and I don't remember this happened in the first one. I'm sure it did, but I don't like the fact that you have to repair the benches or offer up like your beads. I don't love that. That feels a little bit like punching down on me a little bit. I finally got past this area, and now I have to go even further because I don't have the beads because the area didn't provide me a lot of beads. That's a little frustrating.
Excuse me.
And then I just wish like your character could just be shown on the map at all times. Like, why do I need to attach, a compass? Like, just let me be on the map. Like, I understand the map system and having to purchase the map. I get that. I'm fine with that. But once I purchase it, just let me show up on the map. Like, I should not have to have a separate thing for that. And I know that was from the original game too.
But it still feels kind of weird.
Yeah, it feels a little bit archaic.
Because like, of course you're gonna slot that in, unless you're like extremely familiar with an area and you're doing like some other side quests or something.
So yeah, that's kind of my major gripes of the game right now. They're not deal breaking by any means, but I feel like it's good to talk about. What about you? Any gripes you have?
The economy in the game, like it's kind of busted. Like now at this point in Act 2, it's fine. Like you earn a lot of beads in Act 2. But my main complaint is with the shards that power your tools. Because when similar to Bloodborne, like similar to how health worked in Bloodborne, you stack up shards and you use them, you spend them to use your tools, and then when you respawn or sit at a bench, your shards will deplete and your tools will regenerate or resupply. And then once you get to a point where you don't have any tools left or don't have any shards left, you can't use your tools. And like they're super useful in boss fights. It's like you can only fight a boss so many times, and then you have to go back and farm fucking shards, and that takes forever because not every enemy drops shards. Like
I've kind of come accustomed to not using my throwing because I've only got one tool so far. I've got the one where you get like throw the daggers. I've just not been using that in boss fights in particular, just because I know it's like, hey, I'm probably gonna die, multiple times on this boss. It is what it is, and I don't even want to have the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna need this tool to win. I'd rather just rely on my skill and getting it through, because I know at the end of the day, like I'm gonna be fighting this boss 10 plus times, and I'm just gonna run out of this stuff. I don't want to sit here and have to every single run. Okay, I need to make sure. The run, I just want to get past the enemies, get to the boss, so I can do it again. I don't want to worry about fighting them, potentially getting hit, because some of the moves that these enemies do are fucking insane. Like they know like the button I'm about to press before I press it, and they either do like a back step. So a lot of enemies you can't just straight jump over. Like you have to wait for them to attack and then you jump over. It's very frustrating, especially when you're trying to fight a boss over and over again and kind of doing that thing. But I mean it's what this game is. But
I mean I'll say like there are frustrating moments. And there's one moment specifically, and this is a super minor spoiler. But there's a side quest where you're a courier, courier. What courier? Whatever.
Like
You're delivering.
Person?
You're delivering a package, and you have to do it in a set amount of time. And if you get hit, the health bar on your package will decrease, meaning you have even less time.
Oh, okay.
So you pretty much have to do this like 5-minute plus run without getting hit by any enemies. And you can't use any teleportation or anything. You just have to run from one area to the next. And
it's very similar to Ocarina of Time. Like there's like the one
Yeah,
the Goron sword mission or whatever.
very similar to that.
Yeah.
And it probably took me 10 tries to do, and each try takes about 5 minutes. So it took me, you know, the upper part of an hour just to complete this one
One mission.
mission.
Yeah.
And it's important because like it allows you to do like an upgrade on an item that you have. So like it's, important to your overall power.
Yeah.
But like I'm like, damn, like this is pretty frustrating. Like
Yeah.
I know there was frustrating stuff in Hollow Knight, stuff that I didn't even play because I didn't 100% the game, but like this feels like, another level of frustrating.
Yeah.
And I don't know how someone else would fare with this. Like I feel like I have a decent amount of patience with like platforming stuff and, really just 2D games. I feel like I have more patience with, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's some frustrating moments in this game, but also like really, really high highs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I like it more than
that's
Hollow Knight.
very
But
very similar to like how my Hollow Knight experience was. Like
yeah,
the world itself, like exploring was so much fun. Like it was beautiful. Like yeah, like all that stuff was great. Some really great boss fights. And so far, I feel like these have been fair. Again, there's the
yeah,
one where it's shooting enemies out at you, and I'm like, "Ugh, like really, we gotta like really, it's already kind of difficult enough. Um, but again, they're flying enemies, so like and they also like they do like a quick attack, so like they'll deflect your attack, which is a little bit frustrating. But
is this in
anyways,
the lava area?
no,
No, okay,
that boss fight was cool, where you have to like
that was
fly
a
up
great
and
fight.
like hit the boulders, and it comes down and smashes. Yeah, that one was really cool.
That was a
Um,
classic,
that was I think
like
that took me
Boston
a couple of
fight.
yeah, it took me a couple of tries on that one. That one wasn't super
Yeah,
difficult, but it was more of I felt more of like a set PC boss fight than anything.
mhm.
That one was really really cool. But yeah, like I said, like I think all the boss fights have been relatively fair, and like once you do it a couple times, like you understand their move set. But just some stuff is frustrating, and I think that's okay too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've complained a decent amount about the game, but I can't stop
Still
thinking about it.
fantastic, yeah,
I can't stop playing it. This very well could be game of the year for me or game of the year contender for me.
yeah,
Um, don't take my criticism as as me not liking it. I am absolutely in love with this game. I think everything else about it is amazing.
yeah,
The combat, the exploration, the upgrades, the areas themselves, especially the area in Act Two, is really really awesome. So there's
How far am I away from finishing through Act 1?
you're in Shellwood.
Yeah. Like I guess like my next point of interest is like I'm like right near like the icon is to or no, I guess Bell Heart is where you get there. Very cool like area where they have like all the people floating around.
Like hung up on the
So
silk.
I haven't done whatever's going on in there. I have not done yet.
You're like two big bosses away,
Okay. Okay.
and you're close to that first big boss.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
But Shellwood took a while because like there's a lot of other stuff you can do.
Yeah.
After you've like done that boss.
Okay. Cool.
You're like within like 5 hours, I think, of getting to Act 2.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. But I will say, like, no spoilers, but the boss that ends Act 1, because obviously there's going to be a boss that ends an act, is amazing. And it
Okay.
took me like 15 tries, but I never felt cheated. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's
gotta lock
super
in.
well choreographed. You just gotta lock in. You absolutely need to lock in. One piece of advice is that I can give is when they're dead, they're not dead, and that's all. When they're dead, they're not done.
Okay. Okay.
That's all. That's all I'll say. But it's very important advice.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I'll
Yeah.
definitely keep that in mind. All right. Well, I think that's any last thoughts you have on Silksong? And we'll be talking more about it, I'm sure, for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think
while we get through it.
I might
pretty
finish it by
long
last
game.
week. or I might finish by next week, depending on how long this game actually is. Man, I'm 20 plus hours in at this point. I can only imagine it's
30,
maybe 30 to 40 hours.
similar to the original Hollow Knight. So
Yeah,
I'd imagine it's 30
I
for
would
regular.
imagine it's like 30 to 35.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, 7 years. It should be like a 100-hour game. Jeez.
Right? Yeah. What have these developers been doing?
So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting more into the Silksong, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the show. Unless you have anything else to talk about, bring up.
Nothing
Any
else
other
on
news
my
you can think
agenda.
of? All right. Well, we appreciate everyone watching, listening, all that good stuff. If you could review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, that would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you here on YouTube, Twitch,